Hi, guys. Welcome to the AMP podcast. This is season 2, episode 7, and this is the amped up version of our AMP podcast. Please don't forget to like, know, and subscribe to the AMP podcast. It's on all your platforms. We'd love it if you joined us. We're getting a lot of great feedback on the information we're sharing here on the podcast, so we appreciate all your support. Justin.
Hi, Mark.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you today?
I am wonderful. We have a special guest today. I know you want to talk about our sponsors, and then we'll kind of involve Eric for short. We're going to really have a lot of fun with his last name.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us, guys. As Mark said, it's season 2, episode 7 of the AMP podcast. This episode, we named it Amp It Up, which is what we do day in and day out. We're going to talk quickly about our sponsors. We are very thankful for the sponsors that help support our podcast. Want to give a special shout out to Vault Title. If you're looking for anything title service related, whether you're a buyer, seller, or agent out there, please contact Carly, Nicole, and the team at Vault Title for any title related services. Want to give a big shout out to our special friend, Steve Bezkid with Covita Lending. Covita Lending, one of our proud sponsors of the AMP podcast. Covita Lending does a great job. They're a mortgage broker. If you need help with down payment assistance or comparing rates, anything like that, please give them a call. And last but not least, Safe Pro Home Warranty. Diana Silver and Clayton Lewis over there with Safe Pro, bringing a small town, hometown feel to the home warranty industry, as well as providing great service. So we're very thankful for our sponsors. And as Mark said, today with us, we have our special guest, Eric Milisavljevich. I got it right?
That was great. Yeah.
Eric Milisavljevich, Eric for short.
That's his tagline.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, when you have 14 letters for a last name, why the heck did you get into real estate, right? I mean, you can barely fit that sucker on a sign.
Well, we were talking about it before the podcast, and I'm sure we're going to talk about it a lot more.
Thanks for being here, brother.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you being here. Eric, you're a Red One agent.
Yes.
An AMP agent.
Yes.
And a realtor of how many years?
Going on 13.
13 years in the industry. So we thought it'd be great to have you on today to talk about your background, your experience in real estate, your exposure to Red One Realty and to AMP. So if you wouldn't mind, give us a quick rundown of your background. Where are you from? How'd you get into this field? All that good stuff.
Sure. So grew up in Maryville, Indiana, which is just south of Gary, Indiana.
Okay.
My dad worked for U.S. Steel his whole life. Moved out here after marrying my first wife. It didn't go so well, but we did have 2 great kids, Matt and Emily.
How old are they?
So Emily's going to be 25 in August, and Matt's 23.
Good for you.
So, yeah, we're official empty nesters.
Yeah.
Right.
Just me, the wife, and now 1 dog.
I hear that it goes by quick. Is that true?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does.
Say hi to your wife. What's your wife's name?
Linda Quinto.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, Linda.
She won't take my last name. She never will. She never has. Doesn't plan on it.
Can't blame her.
So
Quinto's easier than Millis.
It is. Well, she's actually in the mortgage industry. She's an underwriter, and they just kind of know her from, that
Quinto.
last name. So
Yeah.
confuse people. I mean, I confuse myself with that last name.
Milisavljevich. Milisavljevich.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Perfect.
Yeah. So you moved out here to Central Ohio, grew up in Gary, Indiana. What got you started into real estate?
Well, I was tired of the corporate world. I was selling telecommunication services and IT services, and was just kind of dead with doing corporate stuff, tired of making other people money.
Yeah.
So, I actually, believe it or not, got my real estate license in Indiana when I was 18 years old. I was the youngest real estate agent in Indiana.
Wow.
I did that, while going to college. It's amazing what you can live on, still living at home, mom and dad on 1 or 2 commission checks here and there. So, always loved real estate. I always loved looking at homes. Truly feel that I'm helping people build wealth. I mean, it's the start, it's the foundation. So, I was in between jobs. Linda was like, "Hey, get your real estate license. Why don't you get in real estate?" So that's what I did, and I've been doing it and loving it for the last 13 years.
Where do you live now?
So we live in Lewis Center.
Lewis Center.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love Lewis Center. So when you decided to get back into real estate, did you go through Hondros or
Went through Hondros.
went through
Yes.
Hondros
Mhm.
and you landed with a brokerage before Red
I
One
did.
Realty?
I did. Was with Keller Williams.
Okay. Awesome. How many years were
Good
you there?
brokerage.
So let's see. I came to Red One in 2020. So I got the license in 2012. So 8 years
Okay.
with KW.
Yeah. And what influenced you to make the transition from Keller Williams to Red One Realty?
Well, a buddy of mine, Travis Ray, recommended it. He had just, previously moved over from Keller Williams.
Yeah, I've seen his name around the
Yeah,
brokerage. Yeah.
and honestly, the biggest reason was I walked into the broker's office over there one afternoon, and I sat down and I asked her. I was just like, "What am I getting for the $24,000 a year I'm giving you?"
Right.
Ouch.
And she basically just said, "Well, you've got the KW name,
The
and
name. Yeah.
you got me." And after the last dozen listing appointments I went on, after the dozens of buyers, not one of them ever asked me really who I was with,
Right.
and really seemed to care. They were more interested in who I was and how I was going to help them get into that, perfect house, or help them get the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time when it came to selling their house.
Sure.
Yeah, Mark, that's something that Mike talks about all the time when he talks about helping agents keep a lot of the commission in their own pocket instead of giving it to their broker. He talks about the fact that people want to work with the individual, not the brand, right? So that the big brand recognition with some of these traditional brokerages that have been around for a long time, exactly as you just described, doesn't really matter to the buyer and seller. They
want you. They're
want you,
working
exactly.
with you. They're hiring you.
Yeah.
And Red One's been awesome for me. I mean, Ken and Mike, they pick up their phone.
Yeah.
And you get everything from Red One like you get from all the other big real estate companies. I love Red One. I think we have over 1,000 agents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it matches with my logo.
Yeah, you
my
didn't have to.
glasses.
You didn't have to
I mean, I
rebrand.
can't tell you how many other agencies have come after me. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you're just not the right color.
Yeah, that's true.
What?
It's interesting to me that we talk about this, and this type of conversation is slowly beginning to go away because Red One is becoming arguably one of the largest brokerages,
Yeah.
right? In the state of Ohio, certainly. We're in many other states.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you have the structure that Red One started out with, it is quite a bit easier to answer the question that you asked your previous broker, which is, why am I here?
Yeah.
So you got brokers that pick up their phone, you've got low fees, you've got tremendous support, and you've got a growing brokerage. And I don't know that you could ask anything more. And like Eric mentioned, people do business with people.
Yeah.
I was asked the same question when we started our brokerage back in 2002. My buddy Scott and I, we called it A-List Realty. And, one of the questions, well, who's going to, do business with you guys? You're A-List Realty. Nobody's ever heard of it. Well, yeah, it's true. We just started the business. People do business with people.
Yeah.
When I was with another brokerage, large brand, I was never asked who I was with. You hand your card over, it's got your picture on it. They're focused on you, not so much on the brand. I don't know if that's right or not, but it seems to work around here.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other part of it that Eric mentioned is the saving that money, that $24,000 to $28,000 or $32,000 a year that agents are paying to some of these traditional brokerages out there. And the question you asked, for what? And a lot of times it's brand recognition and our office.
Well, and they'll also say, well, we're great for new agents. Well, you know what? Red One's amazing for new agents.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, you hit it on the head. I think Mike and Ken identified some of the things that the market was lacking as far as what makes a great brokerage, and they hit those on the head every time. So you come to Red One Realty after being with KW. What's your time been like at Red One Realty before kind of getting involved with AMP?
in what way? It's just, basically business as usual.
Yeah.
I've been able to build a great brand for myself.
Yeah.
Red One's been supportive, and they help you get deals closed.
Yeah.
So,
Well, your brand is one of the things I wanted to talk about because Eric, for sure, we did a deal maybe like 2 or 3 years ago together, and that just some of the brand, just seeing your email signature and some of the branding that you have out there in the ether stuck with me, and I knew who you were right away when your name came up as someone that was wanting to join AMP. I remember the glasses. You have that, like, is the glasses your official logo, or where? How do you insert that into your branding?
well, it was just one day I was basically couldn't do the contacts anymore. They were just drying my eyes out. And one of the first pairs of glasses I bought was a clear pair of glasses because I wanted to look like I didn't have glasses.
Mhm.
And then I bought a pair of red glasses, not these. These are my Ray-Bans. These are my signature glasses.
Right.
But after that, I started buying more and more colors. But what really hit me was my wife and I were out to dinner with a friend. I just got done listing her house, and we were getting ready to put it on the market. And you might find this comical. I'm sitting at the bar with the red glasses, and these two young women were sitting next to us, and they looked over like, "We really like your glasses." And I nudged my wife. I'm like, "I still got it." And she's like, "Yeah, good for you." And then turned around and started talking to her. I'm like, "No." But so I went from, and then, you walk into Wendy's, and they're like, "We really like your glasses." And then I got a pair of purple, and I got green. And, now I have, I think, 30 pair of glasses. And so it's just kind of been
It's
my
a
thing.
natural conversation starter, an easy segue to
Whatever.
get
I
your
mean,
foot
I
in the
can't
door
tell you how
with
many
people.
people are like, "Oh, you're not wearing your red glasses." "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm wearing purple today." And I'm trying to match the outfit here.
Right.
So
Basically, what I'm hearing is all of Eric's success in real estate is due to his glasses.
yeah,
I'm gonna have to get glasses.
Yeah,
and
you
my
may-
charming personality.
No, you do have a great personality, Eric. It's always a blast to
Oh, thanks.
train with you, to talk to you, to hang out with you. So you got involved with AMP. How long ago now has it been? 6 months or so?
No, it's
Not that
been
long.
2.
2 months.
2 months.
Two.
Why it feels a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
But I guess it does because you're very engaged in the platform. You're there for the trainings. I know you train with Mark a lot. You and I have done one-on-one training sessions as well. And what's AMP in the short 2 months that you've been a part of AMP? What's your experience been with AMP so far?
Oh, it's been great. It's kind of revitalized my love for real estate. I think being a tenured agent, if you want to call it that, you've experienced all kinds of stuff,
Right.
and you've survived all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that stuff is people.
Yeah.
And you're also, as a solo agent, you're kind of on an island. You're by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're an independent contractor. And I wanted to kind of get more involved with the company, the office, kind of get some camaraderie
Yeah.
again. And, AMP just seemed like a great way to jump into that, get to know some new people, and then kind of kickstart your real estate again. Because, as you said, real estate goes like this and this, and your
Right.
career goes up and down like this.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of feel like I needed a jolt to kind of get those juices flowing again.
Mhm.
And I am head over heels with AMP. It's not just for new agents, and I highly recommend it for any solo agent because you kind of feel a team camaraderie
Mm-hmm.
with AMP. And not only do I have Mike and Ken, but I've got you guys, and
Yeah.
there's like 6 other leaders that experts in marketing, social media, contracts. So I have a team of people that I can go to whenever I need,
Right.
and it's reassuring.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that we talk about as a leadership is that we want to provide a community, and I think that's what you just
That was the
described.
biggest thing, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
community. That's the word.
A community. I mean, a lot of people could have a training sheet on this or a video on that, but I think one of the things that sets AMP apart, like you said, is the community. We're all on there sharing our wins and our losses together, talking about what's helping us and what's hurting us, and where we can do better, where we're finding success, what our challenges are, and just sharing that info and having multiple people talk about it, and share it together. Yeah, it's a good community atmosphere.
It goes back to that thing we did on Saturday, I think about a month ago with the open houses. I've been doing open houses forever, but you know what? It was great to see how you do it. It was great to see how the other gal did it,
Yep.
and the ideas I got, and then again the energy. It was just like, oh, okay, I want to go do open houses again.
Yeah.
Like then you guys made it fun.
Yeah.
And really, that's a great place for any agent to pick up new clients.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that for sure because that's one of my pillars as well.
We're going to love you so many ways on AMP, you'll have to like one of them. I mean, 4 Tuesdays, 2 Thursdays, Saturday mornings, one-on-one coaching, a platform that we've developed that is full of assets and videos, a chat bot where you can get an answer to a question if you're out in the field in less than 30 seconds. This kind of family and community is what real estate's all about.
Yeah. And different agents join AMP for different things, right? Like a brand new agent might not be as focused on, jolting themselves or the community. They might just be focused on how do I write an offer or how do I do this or that? And that information and training is there for them. We have experienced agents like yourself that want to maybe reinvigorate their real estate energy or be involved in the community, and it's perfect for that as well. That's all great stuff to hear and learn about. I'm glad to hear about your background and how you got involved. So thanks for sharing that with us. Mark, any questions for Eric before we move on to our next segment?
Eric and I see each other once or twice a week. I think I'm good.
Okay.
I do have one question. I was just kidding. So I remember when we first met, Eric, you were talking about you have a significant skill set. So that's my opinion. It's
thank you.
Good toolbox, great skill set, fantastic personality. You definitely know what you're doing in real estate. And I think that I challenged you on one of our first meetings. I said, Eric, I don't know if you need AMP or not. Well, what was the one thing, if you could narrow it down to one thing, that brought you to make the decision to join our coaching platform?
Okay, well, not to stroke your ego, but it was you.
Okay, I did not pay you for that.
I know you didn't, but I felt a good connection, and I felt that you're going to be able to help me kind of take everything to the next level, find the love for real estate again. I mean, you are the doctor of real estate. You prescribed me some medicine, and it's starting to work.
It's starting to work. There's some efficacy there.
There you go. Yeah.
No, I always
didn't just say take these aspirin and go to bed.
I have said from day one, I got in. I didn't have quite as many years as you in the business, but when I joined AMP, I was maybe 3 years in, and more so than the assets that were available or anything, it was just having access to this guy for issues that come up in transactions, psychological stuff. How do I balance this or that? What should my schedule look like? All that type of stuff. I think that's another place that AMP excels is the level, the quality of coaching that comes from individuals like Mark and trickles down to the rest of us leaders.
Well, I thank you. I appreciate that. We have developed an outstanding leadership team with skill sets in various parts of the real estate process. I think as a family of leaders, we are well suited to assist this family of agents who are entrusting us with helping them further their careers. There's about 100 of us. That number fluctuates. Some people graduate from AMP, new people join. It's our intention. Let's make it very, very clear for those of you watching and listening to this. We want to dominate, certainly with Red One, and spread this kind of philosophy across every Red One office and every other brokerage who's willing to accept our help. So we've got the go-go juice to take this to whatever levels we choose to.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's a good enough segue as any to move on to our next segment. Segment 2 is the AMP Action Plan, where we talk about it's the AMP Action Plan sponsored by Safe Pro Home Warranty. If you're looking for a home warranty for yourself, if you're a buyer, seller, or if you're an agent looking to partner with a new home warranty company, please talk to Diana Silver from Safe Pro Home Warranty. They will take great care of you and your clients. AMP Action Plan is a segment where we talk about 1 or 2 actionable tips that AMP members or anybody watching this can deploy to improve their business. Mark, what was your AMP Action Plan tip for today that we wanted to discuss?
Well, Eric is actually the reason for me choosing this particular coaching tip. One of the things that he is deploying is what we in the business call geofarming. So that's about choosing a community that, maybe you live there, maybe it's nearby, maybe you grew up there, that as an agent, you'd like to communicate with those homeowners and be of assistance when the time is right for them to make a move. If I said it in a slightly more crass way, it would be you want to dominate that community.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be the agent whom is thought of when those folks have a life event that says, hey, it's time for us to move. And when we are deploying this geo farming, I won't get into too many of the details. You have to join AMP to learn them all. But when we're deploying this tool, it is about communicating, connecting, and nurturing and growing these relationships with what is, in essence, your neighbors.
Yeah.
I roll up on my house and everybody knows me as Mark Dandrea. You roll up on your house in Amherst and they know you as Justin Humphreys. It's incumbent upon us as business owners to make sure that they equate that with, in my case, the doctor of real estate, and in your case, the just-in-time to
Buy, sell, build, or invest.
That's right. And in Eric's case, it would be Eric for short. So geofarming is a great actionable step that new and experienced agents can take. It's very inexpensive. When we have the type of assets that we have with our title companies and our lenders, we can put together a really good communications program, and you can be of assistance to your neighbors. It's more than just, hey, think of me when it comes to selling your home and buying your next home. It's, hey, I've got resources and referrals to contractors and vendors. I've got access to home warranties. If you want to get your property taxes revised downward, if you think that's something that's possible, you want to be the real estate resource for your community.
Anything home.
That's geofarming. That's anything home, man.
Mark or Eric, do you geofarm right now?
Yes, I'm starting to again.
How's that process going for you?
It's in the beginning stages, but I have a process that I'm incorporating. I'm actually just focusing on my community and then another community that I just sold a home in. And starting out with your traditional postcards,
Mhm.
I have a brilliant gal whose name is Mindy Clark that helps me design and put these things together. They also help, with the postage and stuff when you mail them out. But we just had a social a couple of weeks ago to get together with the neighbors in my community. There's like about 35, 40 people there.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Found out that actually 3 or 4 of them are looking to sell the house.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm going to get the opportunity to talk to them yet, but conversations were being had.
Yeah.
And I had just committed to the HOA that I'm going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to support, contribute to,
Sponsor.
sponsors, the $1 million word. Thank you. Ice cream social.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I talked to graders today and they've got the grader truck. So for an hour, I'm just going to have the ice cream truck sit there and hand out my jar grippers while everyone gets a free ice cream cone or
That's
cup.
awesome.
And
Absolutely love it.
yeah, so we're going to start doing more things like that.
Absolutely. So I did something similar in the spring. I sponsored the Easter egg hunt in our community and like 50 or so contacts out of it. That's a great idea though, the grader's truck, and the kids are going to they're going to flock and swarm you guys for that. And
it's fun.
It is fun.
Right.
It's a
Yeah,
good time.
fun
I had
doing that
I had a great time with mine. You'll have a blast with yours. The social that you guys did. What was the setting? Just like kind of like a block party type thing, or
Yeah, pretty much. So the HOA was like, hey, bring a dish. We're going to bring dessert and bring your chairs and whatever you want to, drink. And they had water and pop and, we brought stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I just kind of sat around for 2 hours and just hung out. They wanted to start doing more stuff with the community.
Were you red glasses,
Oh,
shirt
yeah.
and all while you were
Oh,
there?
yeah.
Then they're not going to forget you.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
That's
And-
awesome.
yeah. And I'm also going to take it a step farther. Instead of just doing postcards and, events like that, I'm going to be sending out to everyone competitive market analysis or comparative market analysis.
Yeah.
There's some programs I've been able to find and work with Mark through AMP
Mhm.
that's gonna, it puts together just an amazing report for a homeowner
Yeah.
that gives them concrete data for not only their home but the community and
community.
the area around them.
Yeah.
So
I love that. Yeah. I love that approach to it, because a lot of people, in my experience, when I provide those, people either don't track it or aren't sure. And it's just a good thing for them, even if they're not ready to buy or sell, they're going to keep that there on the counter or in the drawer, and they're going to be seeing you every time they walk by.
And at the very minimum, every agent should be sending these out to their friends, family,
Exactly.
their sphere of influence. Whether they ask for it or not, who cares? Just send it to them
That's it.
because they're going to hold on to that.
Mhm.
Everybody wants to know what their house is worth.
Right.
Be of assistance, educate, entertain.
Right.
Mhm.
Educate and entertain.
That takes us to our first break.
That is going to take us to our first break. Guys, we're going to hear a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Hi, guys. Mark Dandrea, the Doctor of Real Estate with Red One Realty and the Agent Mentorship Platform. We wanted to thank our sponsor for today's episode, Red One Realty, located in Westerville at 921 East Wind Drive, Suite 102. Red One Realty is run by 4 outstanding brokers, Mike Hall, Ken Fairchild, Michelle Brooks, and Bob Petty. We get incredible support from them, and we really appreciate their sponsorship of the AMP Mentorship Platform podcast. Guys, if you want to get a hold of anybody at the Red One Brokerage, just email brokermikehall@gmail.com. That's brokermikehall@gmail.com. Thank you, Red One, for sponsoring this episode. We appreciate you. Hope you guys have a great day.
Hey folks, Justin Humphreys Homes at Red One Realty and the AMP platform at Red One Realty. Want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Vault Title. Whether you are a buyer, a seller, an agent looking for support, Vault Title is top notch when it comes to title services. For buyers and sellers, they're going to take care of your title insurance policies. They're going to make sure all your documents are done. Make sure that the money is transacted between the two parties correctly. If you're an agent out there, Vault Title, reach out to Carly Lear. She's going to help you with all your marketing material, open houses, geo farming. So if you need anything from Vault Title, please give them a shout out. Their number is 614-324-2580 is their phone number. And you can also reach them at team@vault-title.com. So Vault Title for all your Central Ohio and beyond title needs.
Welcome back to the AMP podcast. Again, season 2, episode 7. We're going to start out this section of our podcast with the Agent Spotlight, sponsored by Vault Title. Guys, if you need title services, get a hold of Carly Lear or one of the ladies over at Vault. They'll take care of all of your title needs. Justin, who did you want to spotlight?
Well, we've got so many. This is always a hard decision every week when we do this because we have so many great agents. We're obviously here today to spotlight Eric. Eric for short, one of our newer AMP agents, but longtime realtor, and the great work that he's done, is doing, and experiencing with AMP. I wanted to give a shout out to Brent Coleman. Brent Coleman. Brent has been a part of AMP for quite a while. I think he's
about 3 years.
3-year AMP member. Brent's a dad, a realtor, a husband, just an all-around good guy. I know you Zoom with him regularly, and we see him from time to time.
Follow him on Facebook. He's a blast.
Yeah. So shout out to you, Brent. Thanks for being a part of AMP.
Well done, Brent. My agent spotlight is Cassie Wilson. Guys, Cassie Wilson, in case you didn't know this, was and may still be, for all I know, she's one of the admin assist people that Red One has. Something that we didn't mention earlier when you were talking about Red One, Eric. We have admin assist folks where the department will take your transaction from start to finish for you.
Mm-hmm.
Put a listing online, follow the contract, communicate with everybody. And Cassie came out of that world, and she's had her license for a while. She joined the AMP platform, and she is crushing it. She's just an outstanding individual. And Cassie, I wanted to give you a shout out. Again, welcome to AMP. Thank you for being a part of it. You're doing great work. Thanks, Cassie.
Yeah, and that's the Agent Spotlight, sponsored by Vault Title. As Mark said, any title-related services, please reach out to Carly and Nicole and the gang at Vault Title. You will not be disappointed, and we really appreciate their sponsorship. The next segment, one of my favorites, is Ask the Coach, sponsored by our friends at Covita Lending. In this segment, we present a question submitted by the AMP members and do a deep dive on it. So these questions could come from conversations we've had with AMP agents in the past day or week, or questions that have popped up on our Circle community. Mark, did you want to start with yours?
Sure. So Justin, Eric, and Dan, thanks for being a part of this. Appreciate it. I'll get you involved here in a second. I got a question for you.
I'll be ready.
All right, good deal. My day-to-day operation, I coach and Zoom with a lot of agents, and the questions or situations they bring to us as AMP leaders are disparate, meaning that there's a lot of differences in them. But they all kind of come back to this. How can I be of assistance to this person who wants to engage with me, perhaps in real estate? How do I answer this question or that question? It could be about anything from basement to roof, right? It goes back to what you said earlier, Justin, anything home.
Right.
And being of assistance to homeowners is our job. It's to have information enough in just about every piece of homeownership. Doesn't mean we act like attorneys, doesn't mean we act like title people or lenders or home inspectors. It does mean that we want to be able to provide input and assistance when our potential clients or family members or friends ask us about anything home. So I get a lot of questions about that, and my advice to all of them is, let's talk about the specific situation, and let's just learn, because we're learning every day. Eric mentioned it earlier. I've been in real estate for 13 years. He's learning some new things on AMP. I think every experienced agent, including those sitting at this table, can learn something every day. We're always trying to be wiser.
Yes.
So focus on being of assistance to folks that either want to own a home or are homeowners, and become a bit of an expert in all those areas. Have the connections, have the people you can count on and trust from basement to roof. I get a lot of that from AMP agents. So my advice, stay on AMP, keep learning, and become just a little bit of an expert on all that stuff.
Yeah. Eric, I'm sure you can attest to this, but even I'm coming up on my 8th year. You've been in the business for 13 years. I still learn something new on almost every transaction. Would you say that that's true as well?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Not every transaction's different.
Yeah.
Not one of them's the same. There's always
different
something
popping up that you maybe haven't dealt with before. And that's where I found the value of AMP was, because Mark's been in the business for 32 years, and there's not a lot that pops up on transactions anymore that he probably hasn't dealt with. So I've found great value in just being able to talk to him and talk through some of those tricky situations that have popped up from time to time. But yes, learn something new on every one of them.
Definitely.
In this, my Ask the Coach question is one of those tricky things that can pop up from time to time. And actually call back to our agent spotlight. This is actually a question from Brent Coleman that was posted on our Circle community. Brent asked, my buyer is set to close. Now, this is a couple weeks ago, and the coaches answered his question, and we worked it out, but I thought it would be fun to discuss here. Brent said, my buyer is set to close tomorrow, and I just heard from the title company that the house extends past the front setback and also slightly into a side easement. How should I advise my client to proceed? Now, I've been in situations where there's encroachments before. Typically, and Mark, correct me if I'm wrong here, but typically a signed, I guess, affidavit or addendum by all parties saying that they're aware of this and they're okay with it, and from the lender as well, kind of solves that issue, right?
Generally speaking, when you have this particular situation, that situation has existed for probably
a long
years.
time, yeah.
And it becomes one of those things that every time the house transfers, the title people involved, they'll provide you with what's called a plat map, and you can see right on the plat map how the house might be encroaching or something might be encroaching upon the property. And everybody just kind of says, look, there's no fixing this.
Right.
I was with Dominion Homes for 10 years. I do recall very clearly a home that Dominion Homes built years ago was about 4 inches over the front setback.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, hey, we're not going to make you rebuild it.
Right.
We're going to, get it surveyed. Plat map will show it, and everybody's just going to be accepting of that from that moment forward. And the reason why Brent was asking you a question, I'm sure he told this or said this to you, is that that's something that you don't want your buyer to have to deal with later. So he was concerned about it, made a good phone call to you, and from all I can hear, you answered it properly. So yeah, all the parties agree, and it's all going to be okay.
Yeah. We talk about setbacks. Every county, not to get too deep into the weeds, but most counties, townships, they're going to have deed restrictions that dictate how far back the house has to be from the front line, from the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
And if it varies, the title company will pick that up. And if everybody's okay with it, we'll move on. You ever have to deal with any encroachment stuff on any stuff like that ever pop up?
Talk about shared driveways and
Yeah,
a
that's a big
building
one.
that sits 6 inches over that line.
Yeah.
So yeah, as long as everybody agrees and everyone's cool with it, you're good to go.
Yeah.
But it can get nasty if someone gets a little cranky.
Yeah.
Especially with shared driveways.
I had a listing last year that had a 2-car garage behind the house, but you had to use the neighbor's driveway to get there. And it was interesting. But like you said, as long as everybody's amicable about it and there's no, it's not sticking in anybody's craw, it usually ends up okay.
Great question.
Yeah, that was a good question.
Thank you, Brent.
Next, we're going to move on to the Market Pulse, also sponsored by Covita Lending. This is where we're going to talk about some of the, these aren't drivers of the market, and you'll always hear Mark say that and disclose that, but just some of the current statistics of the market, we'll call them. Interest rate right now, not a lot of change there, Mark and Eric, 6.75, right? Pretty in line with where it's been over the past 6 months or so.
I really want to take inventory. Do you mind?
Yeah, that's why I took the first one. Yeah.
I appreciate it. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're fine.
5,457 houses on the market effective today. And what we are excited about and find interesting about that is this time last year, 2,800, maybe approaching 3,000.
I remember it was down to like 1,200.
1,200.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
About 4 years ago.
Yep.
And guys, 5,457 houses is not even 6 to 8 months worth of inventory. We like it. As far as I'm concerned, that's a market that's certainly modulating, but it's, you could call it improving. It's adjusting. And I'm happy with 5,457 houses on the market.
Yeah, because for the buyers out there, it means
it's more opportunities,
less stress. They can negotiate a little bit better. They have more options.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
This makes me laugh. We got 5,457. It's been growing week over week since we've been reporting these numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Envision this. It's a year, maybe a year and a half from now. Everything's cool in the world, and interest rates maybe have ticked down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And that number is going to start to go down because more folks are going to start absorbing that inventory. That doesn't mean the market is bad or good. It just means it's correcting itself. Right. We have to rely upon that.
Now's the time to buy. Now's the time to sell.
Yeah.
I had a client who could have bought a condo back in 2015 for like $150,000. And he was just lowballing everything.
God bless him.
Never bought a house. That condo today is
$270.
well over $400,000.
$400, jeez Louise, yeah.
So don't wait.
Right.
If you're ready to go, do it.
It's very difficult to keep up with the market financially.
Really.
Yeah.
There's been that one exception in 2008.
Days on market, we have here what the statistics say, right? It's usually about 2 weeks for your desirable areas to put something in contract. Eric, do you think that's pretty accurate as far as what you've been experiencing lately with listings?
Yeah. Well, my listings go into contract quicker, but
hey, there we go.
Well done.
But
Good
yeah,
catch.
that's about what
Yeah.
I'm seeing.
That was a softball, and he just knocked it out of the park, didn't he?
Well, and then for the more rural areas where the market's maybe not as intense, or for the houses that maybe get overpriced a little bit in the beginning, what are we seeing? We're seeing price drops on those.
Yeah, you're starting to see some price drops.
Yeah. some reductions, some back on the market,
Mhm.
some stuff lingering to maybe 35 or 40 days.
And let's not confuse that with, I'm losing money. However many years you've been in there, you've had this equity increase. I think
Right.
the average is 8.31. If you take 2022, 2023, and 2024, you add them all together, it's about 8.31% equity growth year over year.
It's
It just,
really good.
yeah, it's
Really
it's
good,
very
yeah.
good. It just means that, as you adjust downward and find the appropriate buyer, and that at that price point, it's just you're giving a little bit of that back. You're not losing it.
Right.
You never had it because you don't make it until you sell it.
Mark has always got a positive spin on everything.
Well, it's truthful.
the
It's the truth.
It is. It is.
My wife and I bought a condo in 2020 for $260. I can sell that tomorrow in a day for $395 plus.
Right.
Yeah.
Columbus, second fastest growing city in the United States.
Really?
That's
I would
a
not have thought that.
statistic I heard about 2 months ago. So hopefully it's still true.
Yeah.
Strong economy, lots of companies.
It's a great place.
Good schools.
Great schools. A lot
Yeah.
of fun to do. You got the Crew, the Clippers,
Yep.
Buckeyes.
Ton of good culture and fun community
We're
events.
all C-bus people. We're not objective. Go Bucks.
Go Bucks. That's the Market Pulse, sponsored by Covita Lending. If you need help with your mortgage, you want to get pre-approved for a loan, you want to refinance, reach out to Steve and Jesse at Covita Lending. They'll take great care of you. Next, we're going to move on to our next segment, Mark, which is what?
Mindset Matters, sponsored by Red One Realty. Mike, Ken, Michelle, and Bob, our brokers, and their significant others put a huge emphasis on the mindset that you bring into real estate. Eric said it earlier, we are self-employed, we're subcontractors, we drive our business, and what you bring to the table every day that life allows you to, we all have bad days, is really critical. So this is just practical advice on handling rejection and staying organized, affirming some things for yourself, and also maintaining a good work-life balance. So, Justin, what is your Mindset Matters piece for today?
So we were talking about it out in the lobby before we came in here to start recording, but there's times in real estate where in your business, you're going to experience peaks and valleys, right? You're going to have times where you're really busy. You're going to have times where maybe you're not as busy, and the way you feel psychologically can shift with that. But when I train with AMP agents, and what I tell myself all the time is to stay disciplined in committing to those small daily tasks that fill your pipeline, manage your transactions, and follow up with your closed clients.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you do that, the better you'll feel about it, because you're working, whether you're super busy or in a little bit of a slower pace. And the more you complete those small tasks, they turn into big victories, and hopefully those peaks and valleys go away eventually, and you've got a steady, consistent line of business that comes in. Doesn't always work perfectly like that. Sometimes you can get down on yourself if you're in a rut or you've got a little bit of a drought going on. But in my mind, I know that as long as I'm committing to those small tasks that I have to get done every day, the prospecting, the transaction management, the following up with closed clients, as long as I'm doing that stuff, I know that the business is going to come. So it helps me feel better about it psychologically.
We on the AMP platform call that PTAC. We'll get into that some other time, but
Yeah.
PTAC.
Dan, do you have any daily small tasks that you have to complete here at Sycamore Studios, and that might feel mundane sometimes, but you have to practice discipline to get them done?
I think it's whenever you guys talk, I think the idea of just having the discipline of being a self-employed person is like you make or break based on your own effort or
Right.
laziness.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, there's so many. From the moment I walk in the door, I have to turn on like 15 different things, whatever. And then as small as that is, but then edit, produce, and then like do all the things. But yeah, it all relates. And then being a realtor, I'm sure it all goes hand in hand with success or failure.
There's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day. We all have family, faith, even if it's in yourself, a social life, and many agents have work outside of real estate, you have to balance that out. And being intentional and disciplined, that's a great Mindset Matters caveat, man. Good stuff.
Okay, so Eric, do you have any processes in place or anything that you use to keep yourself accountable to make sure that those smaller or what we might call mundane tasks get done throughout your day and week?
It's one of the reasons I'm with AMP. I'm kind of the fly by, seat your pants kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
So Mark is helping me zone in on
Poor guy.
creating systems and processes in place.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that I'll make a list of 100 things I need to do, and Mark's like, why don't you just focus on the top 3 and throw away the other 97? Because all you're going to do is drive yourself nuts,
Yeah.
crazy, and then nothing's going to get done.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of incorporating that.
Yeah.
That's one way that you're utilizing AMP to help your
Yeah.
business. Yeah.
It's by no means new. It's not ours, but have patience and trust the process.
Yeah.
Right? It's not ours. Thank you, Nick Saban.
Yeah, it's definitely, there's so many shiny objects in real estate, right? There's like social
Great
media,
point.
there's geofarming, there's community events, there's postcards, there's handwritten letters, there's networking events, all that different stuff. There's a lot of noise, a lot of shiny objects out there, and sometimes it's good to have somebody to just tell you, hey,
Yeah.
let's get back to the basics here.
Mark said, pick 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do something 3 times consistently each day, and then build from there.
Yeah. Solid advice.
Your foundational blocks in real estate.
The pillars of your business.
The pillars of your business.
Mark, you had something on here for Mindset Matters. What did you want to discuss today?
But it has a lot to do with newer agents, for the most part. We're constantly, as experienced agents, we're constantly learning. So put yourself back 6 years, 13 for you, 33 for me. We all started somewhere in the real estate business. We had a passion for wanting to be of assistance for people. And one of the things that we talk about every day when I'm certainly coaching folks one-on-one is have confidence in yourself. Trust the process. If you experience a victory, brag about it to your spouse or significant other, put it on the AMP Circle platform, and grow that confidence. I mean, we all have to learn about these tools that we utilize to run our business. Dan's sitting over there on his board. He's working with equipment and stuff that I would have no clue what's going on. But he had to learn his way through that and become an expert in this business. It's the same in real estate. And that all comes with learning these steps, step by step, and growing that confidence. So I just encourage all new agents out there, experienced agents, let's have some confidence, right?
One of the things I think AMP helps with that confidence is that when you're a brand new agent and you maybe don't have the support system behind you that AMP provides, it's easy to say, I don't know the answer to that question, or I haven't experienced that before and I'm not sure. With our new agents that are on AMP, they have the ability to contact us and get a response in a minute or less in some of these questions. And they can say, hey, you know what? I don't know the answer, but I'm on a team with over 60 years of real estate experience. So if you give me about 25 minutes, I will go get the correct answer and I'll be right back with you.
Yeah, absolutely right.
And I think that's the best answer. If you don't know, you don't know. And
Right.
you tell your client, you don't know, but I'm going to find that answer out for you. Nobody wants to know it all.
Right.
Because not anybody knows everything. I know everything.
You know what's getting
In my
funny
opinion.
nowadays today is, and I'd love to hear your guys' take on this. And Dan, feel free to jump in as well. Sometimes I'll get questions from a client, and while they're asking me, they're also asking ChatGPT at the same time. So lately, I've had that happen a couple times where, I'll get an answer back to them, and they'll say, "Well, that's kind of what ChatGPT said too.
Yeah.
So that sounds like the right answer."
You have expertise in real estate.
And
The Dr. MD of life, I guess.
Yeah, there you go.
it's not always right for the folks out there. I learned this the hard way a couple weeks back on a transaction. ChatGPT is not always right. They will spit out wrong answers quickly just to get an answer out quickly. It's not always the correct answer. So if you're out there using ChatGPT for your business or whatever, please double check it, because it bit me. I caught mine lying the other day. And when I asked it about why it gave me the wrong information, it said, well, that's something I pulled from somewhere in our database. And
Really?
yeah. Yeah. So just a word of advice.
Have confidence in yourself and practice daily affirmations. I'm trying to combine our two things, but I think we're through it.
Yeah.
Have confidence.
Have confidence. And I get confidence from those affirmations sometimes. I love doing that now. This is part of my morning routine.
We're blessed. We have a family of 99 other people, 105 if you count the leaders. We've got plenty of resources to build that confidence.
Yeah.
It's a good family.
Eric, you're 2 months in on AMP. What's the next year of your business look like, you think?
It's going to grow exponentially. I truly believe.
There's that confidence Mark was just talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, I'm excited. I guess the simplest way of saying this is I'm excited again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Forming new habits or reforming old habits and being consistent in your application of wanting to be, this is the light that I've seen show up in your eyes of late, wanting to be of assistance to folks who are considering buying or selling in the broadest way that you possibly can.
Yeah.
And your skill set is tailor-made for that. So good on you.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got like Mark said, you've got the personality in spades. We're looking forward to watching the success that you have over the next year.
Blast.
We'll have to have you back on and we'll talk about it then.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That'll be good. July of next year.
Well, guys, that's going to do it for episode 7, season 2 of the AMP podcast. We want to give a big shout out to our sponsors. Mark, we want to tell the people about Vault Title real quick.
Vault Title is the title affiliate with Red One Realty. Carly, Alicia, the rest of the ladies there do a fantastic job. Paul Core. Anything you need title-wise. If you're in a transaction, they're there. If you're not doing a transaction with a Red One agent, you have a title question, get a hold of Carly Lear or any of the folks at Vault Title. They're just outstanding.
Yeah. Also, Covita Lending, one of our proud sponsors, owner Steve Bezkid, friend and colleague. If you need a pre-approval, you need a refinance, you want to just talk numbers, or if you're an agent looking for a lender out there to partner with, give Covita Lending a call, give Steve and the team a chance. You will not be disappointed. And also our newest sponsor, Safe Pro Home Warranty. Diana Silver, the director of sales over there, they will take great care of you and your clients. Safe Pro Home Warranty for any of your home warranty needs. That's going to be a wrap, guys. Eric, we appreciate you coming on the podcast.
Thanks for having me. This was fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you had a good time. We're going to have you back again.
Great.
Mark, always a pleasure.
I enjoyed it, Justin. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're on all of your social media platforms and Apple and iHeart and every other place that I don't remember right now. We're everywhere.
We're going to love you so many ways. You're going to have to like
one of them.
That's
Have
it.
a great day, guys.
See you guys.